Good morning, everyone. I am Mrs. S.M. Patil, Assistant Professor at Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. Today, I am taking one numerical on bending moment diagram as well as shear force diagram. Here, I have taken one cantilever beam which is having a point load as well as UDL. So, first we need to understand what is meant by shear force and what is meant by bending moment. Shear force is nothing but the force which try to shear the member, or we can call it as a cut the member. And same way, bending moment is nothing but the moment which try to bend the member. That moment we call it as a bending moment. So when we represent it in mathematical expression and we want shear force at any particular point, then you can tell that shear force is nothing but it is a summation of all the vertical forces acting right side or the left side from that point. We can calculate it from RHS or from LHS. Same way, bending moment can also be expressed in mathematical form. That is nothing but when we want bending moment at any particular point, then we need to calculate or we need to do the summation of all the moments at that particular point from the left hand side or from the right hand side. So here I have taken one cantilever beam which is having the span 5 meter, and at free end 10 kilonewton load is acting, and from free end 2 meter apart 20 kilonewton point load is acting, and also one UDL is acting at a span of D to C. So I am considering here the calculation of the shear force as well as the bending moment from right hand side, that is nothing but RHS. So you can take it from left hand side also, but I am taking here from right hand side. So I have already told you shear force is nothing but summation of all the forces at particular point from left hand side or from right hand side. Here I have taken shear force at A where only one load is acting, that is 10 kilonewton, and left hand side I am not calculating, I am calculating from right hand side. So when I am calculating the right hand side, only one load is acting at, and that is 10 kilonewton. So whenever we are calculating the shear force from right hand side, in that case we need to consider the downward direction load as positive and upward direction load as negative. So here I have taken right hand side calculation, and here 10 kilonewton load is acting in downward direction, so it will be positive. So shear force at A is equal to 10 kilonewton. Same way, when I consider the shear force at B, so in that there are two loads are acting. One is 20 kilonewton and another one is 10 kilonewton, and both the loads are acting in downward direction, so we need to take it as positive, and shear force at B is nothing but summation of all the loads from the right hand side, and there are only two loads are acting, that is 20 and 10. So summation of these two will be 30 kilonewton. Same way, when we consider the shear force at C, in that case also there will be a two forces acting on the right hand side, that is 20 kilonewton and 10 kilonewton. Here at this point UDL is starting, and at that point we will not consider the UDL. But when you come to the D point, we need to consider UDL also. But in C point, we will not consider the UDL. So we will only consider 20 kilonewton and 10 kilonewton. And because of that, shear force at C will be 30 kilonewton. Same way, when we come to the shear force at D, it will be three loads, that is 20 kilonewton point load, 10 kilonewton point load, and UDL 4 kilonewton per meter. So total point loads are, one is 20 plus 10 and another one is UDL. So that UDL we need to convert it into point load, and that point load will be acting at CG of the DC. That is nothing but it will act 1 meter from D. So here we are only considering the load for the shear force calculation. That's why shear force at D will be 20 plus 10 plus UDL we need to convert into point load. UDL will be in terms of kilonewton per meter, and that we need to convert it into kilonewton. For that we need to multiply with span length. So that is 4 into 2. So total it will be 38 kilonewton. So after calculating the shear force, we need to draw the shear force diagram. So for the shear force diagram, positive value we will keep above the baseline and negative value we will keep below the baseline. And here all the values are positive. So I am taking 10 kilonewton at A, B 30 kilonewton, at C also it is 30 kilonewton, and at D it will be 38 kilonewton. So where we are drawing the shear force diagram, we need to consider some points. When we are drawing the shear force diagram in between the 2-point load, in that case it will be constant value. That is nothing but it will have a horizontal line. That is nothing but A to B, it will be horizontal. That means it will have 10 kilonewton throughout A to B. And when you consider the shear force diagram at point load, it will drastically change, or you can call it as it will have one step. And from A to B it will 10 kilonewton, and at B another point load is acting, and at B the shear force value will be 30. So whenever the point load is given at any span of the beam, the shear force diagram will drastically change. Because of that, A to B it will be constant horizon, and then afterwards it will take 30 value, and then afterwards it will continue up to C, that is 30 kilonewton, and then afterwards at D its value is 38 kilonewton. And when you consider the shear force diagram and having the UDL, in that case your shear force diagram will be inclined straight line. So whenever you are drawing the SFD, you need to consider when the beam is loaded with two continuous point load, in that case your shear force diagram will be horizontal straight line, and when UDL is acting, your shear force diagram will be inclined straight line. So now we have calculated the shear force as well as we would draw the SFD. And same way we need to calculate the bending moment, and also we need to draw the BMD. So first bending moment at A will be 0 kilonewton, because moment is nothing but it is a force into perpendicular distance, and here we are calculating the bending moment at A. At that point load is acting but perpendicular distance is 0. So bending moment at A is equal to 0 kilonewton. And same way shear force is having the unit kilonewton and bending moment is having the unit kilonewton meter, because bending moment is nothing but force into distance. Same way when we consider the bending moment at B, it will have two loads at left hand side, that is 20 kilonewton and 10 kilonewton. But 20 kilonewton is not having any perpendicular distance, so it will not create any bending moment. So we will only consider 10 kilonewton. That is nothing but 10 kilonewton into perpendicular distance is 2, that is means 10 into 2 equal to 20 kilonewton. So here also we need to consider some sign convention while drawing the BMD diagram or bending moment diagram. So when we want to draw the shear force diagram from the right hand side, downward direction load we will consider it as a positive, upward direction we will consider it as, downward direction we consider it as a positive, and upward direction we consider it as a negative. Same way when we consider the BMD diagram from the right hand side, we will consider clockwise direction moment as negative, anti-clockwise moment direction as positive. So here 10 kilonewton at B, it is creating a moment in clockwise direction, so we take it as a minus, and that value will be minus 20 kilonewton meter. Same way when we consider the bending moment at C, here there will be a two loads from the right hand side, that is 20 kilonewton and 10 kilonewton. At C, 10 kilonewton will having the perpendicular distance 10 into 3, that is from C to A the perpendicular distance is 3. Same way 20 kilonewton is having the perpendicular distance 1, and both these loads are creating the anticlockwise direction movement, so we take it as a minus 10 into 3 minus 20 into 1, so that is equal to minus 50 kilonewton meter. Same way, when we move to the bending moment diagram at D, we will consider three loads, that is 20 kilonewton point load, 10 kilonewton point load, as well as UDL 4 kilonewton per meter. So first we will take the bending moment at D from 10 kilonewton load, that is nothing but load into perpendicular distance. So from A to D, perpendicular distance is 5 meter, so it will be minus 10 into 5. Same way, when you consider the 20 kilonewton load, it will create the moment at D, that is nothing but minus 20 into 3. Same way, when we consider the UDL, first we need to convert this into point load, that is 4 into 2. Then it will act at CG, that means 1 meter from the D and 1 meter from the C. It will act middle of the 2 meter, so perpendicular distance will be 1. So after calculating whole things, we will get the bending moment at D will be 118 kilonewton per 118 kilonewton meter, that is nothing but load into perpendicular distance. So unit of the bending moment is kilonewton meter. So we need to draw the bending moment diagram. For that, first we need to draw the baseline, that is DCBA, and here at A bending moment is 0, so we will have the 0 value. At B it is 20, at D it is 50, and at D it is 118, and all the values are in negative, so we will take it as a below the baseline. And whenever we are drawing the bending moment, we need to consider some points. When two points are acting along the beam, the bending moment diagram will be inclined straight line. And here at A and B, 2 point loads are acting, and your bending moment will be inclined straight line. And same way, B to C will be inclined straight line only. And when UDL is acting on the beam, then your bending moment diagram will be parabolic, and that's why we need to join C to D as parabolic curve. So D to C is parabolic curve, and C to A is inclined straight line. And while drawing the bending moment diagram, one point also we need to consider, that is at cantilever beam having a free load at cantilever beam having a point load at free end, here bending moment will be 0, and at fixed end bending moment will be maximum. It is followed for all the cantilever beams. In cantilever beam, bending moment will be maximum.